Which one?
This one's Facebook Live.
Okay.
Silver one. We good?
We're live.
That was good. Listen, if you want to know something about me, I won't talk about anything that I don't like. And I won't promote anything that I don't like. And if it means making money or losing money, I don't care. That's sort of the way I live my life. So that was fun. That was good. I like Frank. He's got Ponzoni. He's got like something, right, Lance?
He does have something.
There's something there.
Yeah.
I like him. Anyway, so does he look anything like anyone you know? Wait, don't smile. Yeah, much better. This is my baby brother. My little guy. This is my brother, Michael, Dr. Michael Wolfeld. He is a plastic surgeon here in New York City. But we had a guy on today, Mike, that, he likes to go by Michael now. It makes him sound, it's Michael.
A little more professional.
A little more professional than Mikey Pikey.
A little more, yeah, exactly.
Because when people come to see you and your patients call you Mikey Pikey, it's like not the best.
No one has actually done that, but if they did do that, then
you
it
would be offended, not the best.
Yes.
We had someone on earlier that spent a lot of time in Haiti. My brother and I were born in Kingston, Jamaica, and then my dad had a factory down there, and then we moved to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, where we were raised, and then we moved up here to the United States. But then Michael became a brain and went on to do smart things, and I became the personality and went on to do personality-based things. But still came from, same exact upbringing. And we've got, I don't even know why I brought you on. I'll talk about you all the time. I constantly quote Seinfeld. Nobody knows, we talk in Seinfeld quotes. He'll just call me up and say a Seinfeld line, I'll say one back, and that'll be the end of the conversation. But, say hi to everybody.
That's right. Hey, guys. I've really enjoyed the show.
Liar, you've never seen a show.
Never seen it once. But, she told me she was doing a show.
A show about?
A show about nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Just absolutely nothing.
There's literally, this is the show.
Nothing.
We got nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
But it's in a great setting.
Yes.
Where it's a beautiful, rooftop in Manhattan.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon the location, so I figured I'd sit down on the couch.
Stop by and get some sun for a little bit.
Get some sun, get some free snacks. So it's good.
Get some mints. Tell
We
people
got free snacks.
Mints.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I was told there was going to be free snacks.
I know, we had
anything.
every intention of putting free snacks out and decided not to.
Yeah, so we've lived close to each other for a while. We used to live right across the street.
Yes.
Now
we lived on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, literally right across. Our apartments were facing each other, which is very similar to when we were living in Haiti. Our dad, drove a pickup truck.
That's right.
It was a pickup truck, literally.
Yeah.
And there was two seats in front. In the back were these two little, what are they called, cab seats?
Yes.
So there were two seats that come down and they face each other. Okay, pickup truck, not like an SUV Range Rover. It was like a Toyota pickup truck. The two seats face each other. My brother and I were 2.5 years, 3 years apart. Fought all the time. I mean, loved him, but we used to kill each other. Ran around and literally killed each other.
Yep.
But when we would travel anywhere, they would put the two seats down where our knees were basically touching, and they would sit the two of us down so we faced each other. So our faces were about this far apart. These two kids who were always fighting. My parents were in the front, we were in the back facing each other like this, and then we would drive an hour, 2 hours, whatever it was, to the countryside to go to the beach with the two of us facing each other in the back seat. And you know the expression, if I have to pull over, if I have to stop this car, if I have to turn around one more time, we heard it all. Right, constantly, right? Dad's hand would always, it was Dad's hand that was always coming in back to break us up somehow.
That's right.
And yet you turned out to be so calm, and yet I'm still the same lunatic that had that personality back then.
Well, I guess they complement each other.
I mean, I don't know, do you remember that? Isn't it funny to think how we used to chase each other around the house?
Yeah, of course. It was good, It was good, a good upbringing there in Haiti, and then we moved from there to Chappaqua.
Literally the two most different places in the world.
Yeah, Chappaqua was the home of the Wolfelds before it was the home of the Clintons. So
yes, the Clintons disagree. They think it was their home and only their home.
Yeah.
We went from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere to one of the most affluent communities in New York, only because of the school system, not because we could afford it, but it was a good school system at the time.
Right.
One of us took advantage of it. Michael attended, where'd you go? Cornell. I went to Pittsburgh University. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I went to a good school. I went to a state school, and I knew what I wanted to do early on.
That's right.
Did you?
That's right. I had an idea, but, I wasn't set on it until a bit later in college. I decided to go to medical school, and then...
People don't just decide to go to medical school. It's not easy. Were you doing well in bio? I wasn't doing well in bio.
Yeah, well, I think I did well enough to have the option, so I decided to go to medical school, and in medical school I enjoyed some of the plastic surgery rotations we did.
No, come on, you probably did it because you felt like that was what was going to allow you the largest apartment in New York City. Come on, let's face it.
I don't think so.
Wait, you have a large apartment?
No, he actually doesn't. He's not quite there yet.
I don't.
Well, tell people what you do for a living.
So, I am a plastic surgeon.
You say that with a smirk, as if you're not really.
Okay. I'm a plastic surgeon. And
what do you focus on?
Yeah, so my focus within the field is hair restoration and hair loss.
You want to know something?
What's up?
Joe Buck just did an interview for ESPN the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
He was addicted to hair plugs. He did so many hair plugs that somehow... Did you read the article?
I heard about it.
Yeah, somehow he affected his throat. Somehow it like almost affected his voice. He did so many of them. Like enough. I mean, is that something that you've heard of?
Yeah.
You just couldn't get enough of the hair plugs.
Okay, well, we don't really call them hair plugs anymore.
Excuse me. What are they called?
Well, I mean, it's a patient that undergoes a procedure now. It's a hair transplantation.
Hair transplantation.
And there's different ways of doing it. A plug, or what people think of as hair plugs, is kind of an outdated system. I mean, that's what was done years ago, but the ways that they are done now, they all look really good, really natural. And I haven't heard this about Joe Buck. I'm not exactly sure.
It's in. You should read it. It's in. I think ESPN the magazine.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, but it's great.
But that's what you do. You do hair transplants.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do plastic surgery, but that's the main focus, which is hair loss, hair transplants.
And it's not just men, right?
No, we see men. We see a lot of women. We see a lot of women just for general hair loss needs and issues, and medical treatments as well. It's not just people that are looking to undergo a procedure, but people that are looking to try to
grow some hair.
Grow hair, limit further hair loss. You see a lot of people, men and women. Probably the newest thing out there is robotic hair transplants.
So they don't need you anymore.
Well, soon, maybe down the road, there'll be no doctor that needs to be there, but for now it's a doctor-run
industry.
Doctor-run robot. The doctor's managing it.
Can I just tell you something? Everyone says to me, "Oh, you're so lucky. Your brother's a doctor. You probably go to him with everything."
Yes.
No, I don't. I mean, the last thing I came to him for, which I came running in as if this was like a 911 call, where it was the end-all be-all for me, where I made you literally stop what you were doing in the middle of the day and take me for, because I really did not think I could get through the rest of the day, which I came... The splinter?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I got a splinter in my thumb.
The splinter.
Yeah, no, I was taking some workout pictures. I was having my friend Sam take some workout pictures of me, and I was doing push-ups on a wooden floor.
Yes.
And I came up too fast, and I got a splinter. And this splinter was really in there. And, what do you do when you get a splinter?
So she called 911.
I called 911.
They refused to come pick her up. So then she called me.
I was like, I have to come see you. I can't get through the rest of the day. And meanwhile, it's so hard to just get him on the phone, much less like break into his schedule for me to like come in and be a patient.
I think we got it out though, didn't we?
You took me. You gave me what is it called? A topical shot?
I gave you a little shot of Novocaine to numb it.
Tell people how calm I was when I came in.
Not that calm.
Lunatic. Yeah, a little bit.
Lunatic. But you handled it. Gave you a little.
And you took it out.
A little shot. We removed it.
But you didn't just like you carved into it with like a.
Yeah, you did a good job.
With the splinter?
With the splinter.
I really got in there.
Good job.
Yeah. I don't know how you do what you do. Sometimes I'm looking through his pictures, and it's like cute picture of my nephew, cute picture of my other nephew, cute picture of my nephew, cute picture of my nephew. Ooh, a laceration, 6 inches deep, flesh, bone. And meanwhile, I'm like vomiting off to the side. You shouldn't have those pictures next to the pictures of your kids.
I know. Well, I don't usually, but
At this point, we need Kramer to walk in, or we need the Newman to walk in, so we could say we're talking this way. Do you see the difference in personality?
Yeah.
But when you're not on,
I'm the lively one, right?
That's what's so crazy, is that he's got all the personality.
I do all the talking. I have all the personality.
Well, we have two main guests right now, Mom and Dad.
That's right.
So we could be sitting around the table right now, as opposed to being on camera.
That's right.
Josh Glad actually earlier asked for the two of you to do a rendition with Michael. I said two of you to do a rendition of Euroshmo.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
I feel like we're making fun of the religion. It's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's Aleinu, and at the end we go your schmo.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yes,
that was Josh.
it's very funny, but I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to offend them. Not that it's offensive. Michael and I went to summer camp and we learned all the same songs and whatnot, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like you're very well adjusted now. You're able to go out and not cry. But when you were in summer camp, you had a hard time.
Haley Smith actually says, "Come on, Michael, get your energy up."
Get your energy up, Mike.
Okay.
I don't know who Haley Smith is.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
Do you know Haley Smith?
I don't know Haley Smith.
I just assumed.
I don't know, but my energy's up.
So Michael was on Dr. Oz last week. Did you have more energy on Dr. Oz? Were you nervous? You were nervous.
A little bit, not too bad.
Yeah.
But it went well. We discussed some hair loss topics as well.
I mean, that's so exciting, there.
Yeah, that's
right there.
There's the energy right there.
Right there.
Right there.
I mean, it's just hilarious. It's just so many funny things, so many places you can take that topic.
So that went well, and then I'm doing all the media tour outlets. So here I'm here today, and then
this is the brother that I know.
And then I'm gonna cycle back around. I'll be back in about an hour.
Screw you. We have to make this last an hour. You're going to Cabana 4 at 1:45. Someone's doing something over there. You're going to join them.
Yeah.
Someone's sketching something. You're going to pose for their sketch.
But yeah, wow, it's beautiful.
This is what we do, Mike. When you're like, what do you do all day? We do this show.
This show's great.
It's a 4-hour show.
Yeah, I can't watch all 4 hours every day.
I understand that.
But the nice thing about it being on Facebook
and Periscope
and Twitter.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
Anything I missed?
D'Agostino's. We run on the D'Agostino's inner loop.
Okay. The live feed at the airport. Okay. So the nice thing about all of these things is that I could just pick up my phone and open up Facebook, for instance, if I'm going to choose one.
Right. Just finish one. And watch.
And then just you can watch for a while, and then tune in, when I can. But
why don't you put this on in the doctor's office when you're seeing patients? It's so entertaining. And then people will forget about what they're doing.
It's a good idea.
Well, no. What do you listen to when you?
Well, we do have a TV in the office. In the rooms while people are waiting or in between things, and usually it's like a cooking show or something kind of light entertainment.
Yeah.
I guess this would be considered light entertainment.
Oh no, this is light.
Yeah, so
it's as light as it gets. But listen, I have an idea.
Or Law and Order,
No.
You never know.
You don't want to get crazy.
Okay.
Now I forgot my idea. I had a great idea for you.
Put the plan first.
No, it was very important. Now, in surgery,
Yeah.
what do you listen to? Who decides what music you get to pick out when you're in surgery? The main surgeon?
Usually the main surgeon will decide what the music is, the playlist. I mean, usually if they bring, I used to, I guess in the past it used to be iPods, but no one has an iPod anymore, right? Everything's just
on
your phone. So usually they would, hook that up, and if you want to listen to some music. Now, I don't even really think about it. If there's music on, I probably don't even hear
But
it.
if it's ever up to you, I mean, you don't know anything about music.
No.
Nothing. I have a great band for you to play in surgery. A band called the Scruffy Pearls. They're really fantastic. If I give you them, would you play them next time? You'll sound really cool.
Is that a real video?
No, it's a real band. Yeah, they're on our show.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
3 times.
If you walk into the, what is it called? The surgery room? Operating room?
The operating room,
And you say, guys, and what do you tell one of the nurses to put on the music?
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to listen to a CD from.
And let me ask you a question: is it really like on Seinfeld when they're up there with the junior mint? Can you really watch from above? Can someone up there go and watch what you're doing?
No.
Oh, you can't?
No.
They don't have it where it's
I hate to break it to you.
Audience participation?
No.
Oh.
No.
I honestly didn't know that.
That viewing theater does not exist. Maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they did.
In an amphitheater, they would do in an amphitheater.
Yeah. Maybe back in the Roman times, that's how they used to do their operations.
Yeah.
But, now sterility is important, so everything is enclosed, everything is sterile.
You wash your hands like this.
Yep. Everybody's got all the the gear on, and
no one's dropping junior mints.
No one's dropping.
Even though
mints. They're very refreshing. They're very refreshing.
Yeah, the junior mint. It's very refreshing.
It's very refreshing. You can't go wrong with a junior mint. So that's how it works there, and you do an operation, and when we when we do a hair transplant, usually the patient may be watching TV or a movie and it's relaxed and it's not a very stressful time, so
put the show on.
Well.
Put this show on when they're doing that.
Well, that's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Or we're not going to charge you that much for the.
Yeah, you don't have to pay that much. We'll give you a good deal.
I'm putting the show on the TV.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute, I have to pay you?
I have to pay to watch a show? Is this HBO?
Well, just to broadcast it.
Is this HBO now?
I know, right? It will be very soon.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just tell you something. Like, he's very calm and he's very laid back right now, and he seems like he's really smart, whatever. But we've had quite an interesting upbringing. Can I tell them the story about when I broke your leg? Remember that story?
Yeah.
So I was always the daredevil, the crazy person, and we had this broken down monkey bar. If for some reason it was a swing set, but without a swing. Remember that in Haiti?
That I don't remember.
The thing you're holding on to.
Yeah, I thought it was a monkey bar.
No. It was just a swing set, but maybe it was. I don't know. Anyway, we were outside. You couldn't have been more than 5, 6.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Okay, he's contributed nothing to any of the stories so far. So
actually, Haley has said that he's hilarious.
Really?
Yes. She sees it now, and she says, I think Haley is the woman. She says that he's just like you. # woo woo Wolfeld.
Wow.
What was the hashtag?
Don't worry about it.
Woo Wolfeld.
Okay. Wolfeld?
Okay. Woo WOO Wolfeld.
Oh, wow. Woo woo Wolfeld. Anyway, so I'm outside playing on the monkey bars because I'm a monkey, and I convinced my brother, who was a kid at the time, I was going to lift him up, and he just to hang on there, just to dangle. I don't want to do it. You can do it. You can do it, and you're going to do it. I don't really want to. You're going to do it, and you're going to love doing it, and you're going to have a great time doing it. No, yes, yes. No, yes. Finally, obviously, with the influence that I have, the power of persuasion, lift my brother up, and he's hanging there, and I'm going, I'm going to catch you. Don't worry. I will catch you when you jump. How me at age 8 was going to catch him at age 5, I don't even know. Anyway, he goes up there, and I go, okay, drop. So I figured, he doesn't need me. And in hindsight, yes, I should have caught the poor kid. But I felt like he needed to learn. He's 5 years old. It's time to, man up. So he drops and hysterically crying. He hurts his leg. And I say, get up, before Mom and Dad say, get up. So I force him throughout the rest of the day.
I don't remember any of this story.
What are you talking about? Do you remember being in...
I remember the
No, don't say it. So anyway, so it goes the rest of the day, and I'm telling him constantly, you're fine. And it hurts. I'm like, you're fine. Everything's fine. In the middle of the night, Mom will tell the story. He crawls into my parents' bedroom because his leg is hurting him so bad. Turns out he broke his leg. And my parents came to me, and the excuse that I made was I went to catch him, and on his way down, he must have hit me, and he fell through my arms. I remember making up the story. The poor kid in Haiti, where I would say, how good was the medical situation down there? Maybe not perfect, broke his leg in a cast at age 5. The poor kid, because I decided that he needed to be up on this. You don't remember that?
I remember, I mean, it could have been 7. I do remember jumping off of
You think you just jumped off and broke your leg?
No, I know you were there. I remember you were going to catch me. But I thought that we went right away to the doctor, but after I fell to the ground.
No, Mom said in the middle of the night you crawled into their bedroom because you couldn't walk.
I don't remember that part of it, to be honest.
Well, at least you're being honest. I appreciate that. But we have 1,000 stories where I really bullied the hell out of you, and I feel bad about it.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is?
It's all right. We moved on.
And now we're like friends.
Yeah, that's it. And we're, here.
I know you're making fun of the show, but let me tell you something.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the beautiful environment,
it's a nice environment.
The city and the
city.
Rooftop,
Nice
beautiful
rooftop.
buildings.
Really nice buildings.
I think it's great. It's great.
Look, you could be in a doctor's office right now seeing people that are not doing so well, but instead you're out here enjoying life.
Well, this is my lunch break, so it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are any of your friends watching? Could you tell anyone you were on?
Yeah, well, I think my wife Jill is watching right now.
Jill's my sister-in-law. They have the 2 cutest boys you have ever seen in your life, Maxwell and Alec.
Yeah.
Did you guys stay for the debate last night?
I did watch the debate.
You didn't watch the Blue Jay game?
No one watched the Blue Jay game.
I was thinking of watching the Giants game.
Skip right over the Blue Jays.
Or the debate, and I ended up watching the debate.
How could you not? It was like a train crash in slow motion.
Yeah, it was quite exciting actually. It's pure entertainment.
That's all
regardless it was. Regardless of your political affiliation or who you want to vote for, there's a lot of entertainment.
I mean, it was so entertaining. The fact that that whole room, you realize that was a room of undecided voters.
I know.
Somehow those are the people that weren't sure who they were going to vote for. They could easily be swayed one way or another. Like, to think about that is hilarious.
I always think about how they find those undecided voters.
I know. Excuse me, do you know anything? I don't know anything. You're in. You're on the show.
You're on the show.
You're on the show. What about you? Do you know anything?
I don't know
anything. Yeah, come with us. Get on the bus. We're driving the bus of undecided
You're
voters.
exactly what we need.
You're what we're looking for. What'd you think of the debate?
So, I thought there was a lot of, a lot of fireworks from the Donald Trump part of it, and I thought that they both tried to bring their A game there, and I'm not sure who won that debate.
They say that Trump won, hands down. They say.
Well, CNN had a poll that said Clinton won afterward. I forgot the percentage, but this was a CNN poll.
Right.
So,
what did you watch? What channel? I'm just curious. Where did you watch the debate?
So this was a debate. Actually, I was discussing this with our father, because he likes to watch MSNBC.
I watched MSNBC. What did you watch?
And I was watching CNN.
Oh, because let me guess why. You think CNN is completely impartial.
Well...
Or did you watch because Anderson Cooper was doing it?
Not because Anderson Cooper, but, I like the...
you like the team there?
I like the team. I like the format on CNN.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the people on MSNBC as well, but I think CNN puts it together.
Did you? Perhaps nobody was as entertained as I was at the fact that, like, Hillary would be talking and Donald would be like circling, come right up to like behind. One of the tweets I read it earlier said, "Watch out, she's right behind you. Be careful, he's coming close. He's approaching." It was the format was a little off-putting, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I did read an article about that also, and that a lot of people think it was like a tactic. That he kind of like
knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that it would make her feel uncomfortable if he was kind of looming behind her and like over her shoulder. That would make her nervous and uncomfortable during the debate. So,
you know who it made uncomfortable is me. I was very uncomfortable with that whole situation.
I'm impressed you stayed awake for the whole debate.
Not the whole debate, but I got the crux of it.
Rebecca McGlane actually says there's somebody named Gary Johnson who's running for president also.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him?
What is Aleppo? What's Aleppo? What is it?
So you're
what is Aleppo?
disqualified for Aleppo?
You're disqualified for not knowing what Aleppo is, or not being able to name one foreign policy leader. Not a foreign policy leader, one president.
Okay.
Well, does
right? I mean, does anyone know really?
Well, I think Gary Johnson has some reasonable ideas.
Really?
I think it would be interesting if for one of the debates they can include him in the debate.
We should actually try to have him on the show. Maybe.
Really?
Why not?
Lance is a dreamer. He was a Lance.
Where is he from, Gary Johnson? What state is he? Does he?
He's a governor. He was a governor. Where was he?
I thought it was an M
Tennessee
starting
or something?
state. I thought it started like an M with an M.
Was it the Northeast?
No, I thought it was
Colorado.
in the Midwest.
His running mate is
I guess we're just as bad as he is. He didn't know Aleppo.
governor of New Mexico. New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it would be interesting to have him.
No, like he doesn't get exposure.
Debates.
He's not allowed on these debates. I mean, like these debates would probably be like at a certain level. If you get 1% of the country, who's behind you, maybe you should be allowed on the debate.
Well, you need
platform.
15%, is what they said.
To be in the ticket?
To
be on the debate.
To be on the debate, he needs to be.
So he might have a hard time reaching people. Maybe.
Yeah.
We would be doing a service.
Tell you what, Lance, if you can get Gary Johnson to sit next to me, I would interview the heck out of him.
Okay, so we will.
While you're at it, just get Trump and
Who else
Hillary
do
to
you
sit next to me too.
So we should have all three of them. And isn't there like a fourth? There is a fourth party that is getting a semblance.
Yeah, it's
there's a Green Party.
Jill
Stein.
Jill
Maybe we'll
Stein.
try to get.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try to
Wow.
get the four of them, and if not the four of them, maybe we could try to get.
Lance is like, well, if not the four of them, then at least your
We
mom.
could set up podiums.
We could set a
Have
podium
debate
up here and maybe get who was the Green Party and Gary Johnson. Maybe we get the two of them with you at the same time.
We
to
could,
discuss.
but it's so funny because when we have more than two people on, one person can't be in it because it's a small thing. So all four of us would have to.
Well, we could do it. We would carry it on. The Periscope actually captures more than. Like, I haven't been able to get the Facebook Live thing to work out that well with a wide camera. I'll get there.
Of course we will. We'll eventually get there.
So I'm gonna tell you a funny story because you like bringing up my ex-wife. So,
Lance was married a couple times.
Right, more than a couple. A couple would be two, Jen.
Sorry. 3 times.
So,
4 times.
my ex-wife, my second ex-wife, actually used to work at Pfizer. And I came home one day and I was like, I was watching the Charlie Rose show, and I think it's possible to like end malaria, and so I think I'm gonna go do it and try that. And she looked at me like I had 8 heads. But since 2005, the number of malaria deaths have gone from more than 1 million for children under the age of 5 to around 300,000.
Where's the crux of malaria right now? In Africa?
So, Sub-Saharan Africa. 90%.
Well, good for you.
Well, I was just like, no, but you could just like, you have an idea, like,
Yeah.
Gary Johnson's probably like, he would probably, like, there are probably people at Gary Johnson's headquarters right now trying to strategize how they could get onto the Jenna Wolf show,
No, that I don't think is the case. Probably onto the debate stage.
All you have to do is reach out to them.
Right,
Yeah,
you
just
contact
ask.
them and just see, like,
That's
hey.
how we got you on the show. I mean, we just asked.
I did send you an email and you responded.
You said, yes, I'll be there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Rebecca
I could ask
McLean. Rebecca seems to know a lot about him. So Rebecca, maybe you can put us in touch with their people. He's managed to get on all 50 ballots, and still we don't know a lot about him. But we should look into him. Rebecca, send him our way. We'll try to connect with him, and if he wants to get attention
Will you
here,
come back on if Gary's here?
Absolutely.
For reals?
Yeah.
all right. And would you actually put that episode on in the
Yeah,
in the
could we
waiting
put that
room?
episode on the waiting room?
Yeah.
You should run that and then Seinfeld back to back to back to back. Just
Gary
run random
Johnson.
Seinfeld episodes in the office. Everybody would come
That's
see
actually
you in the
interesting. Like
office.
if you took somebody like from outer space and had them sit down and watch Seinfeld and the debates, which would they find more entertaining?
Yeah. They would think it was one and the same.
Well, yeah.
They would know you
like-
stopped putting Seinfeld on.
Yeah. Last night I was going back between the football game and the
They
debate.
lost. Was it a tough loss? I didn't see it.
No, then I just gave up because I'm a Giants fan, but
It's just
it's a
heartening
little
this
bit,
year.
a little bit difficult to watch some of the games.
Are you a Giants fan?
I'm a huge Giant fan. I've been to all. I used to go to all their games. My dad had season tickets. My dad
Yeah.
actually used to be the Giants team doctor.
Oh, really?
Team cardiologist. Team
Lance's
cardiologist.
dad is Dr. Where? Or was...
He was at New York Presbyterian. He's retired, but so.
That's pretty cool. Your dad was
But
a
he was at
Giants team
St.
doctor?
Vincent's. He was a Giants, not team doctor, the cardiologist. He was at St. Vincent's. The doctor there actually, I think, was let go or something because there was like a betting problem.
Ooh.
He was like betting on the game, so it was like in the 70s.
Your father was
Not
betting
my
on the
betting.
game?
My father wasn't betting. No,
His
the
dad
team-
was Pete Rhodes.
My dad
You heard
was.
of him?
My dad reported to like the team doctor or something like that, and then the team doctor was let go because he was like betting on the games or something.
I took Michael to a football game in Philadelphia. And I was like, come, it'll be amazing. I was covering the Eagles at the time. You'll have the best time. And I sat him outside. It couldn't have been more than 12 degrees. I swear, right? It was the coldest.
It was very cold.
Must have been the coldest heat. I never saw a kid like literally 8 minutes into the game. He's like, so I'm going to die now, and then I'm going to go home. But then I took you to the Mets-Yankees World Series game.
Well, with that game, you were able to get us inside.
Into the press room. To
watch it from inside the press room.
Yeah.
During, like, halftime. Because it was just unbearable.
But wait, how professional were we? We needed an extra hand, an intern, to interview Kurt Warner. Basically to just put a microphone in Kurt Warner's face. And we were one person shy. So I gave my brother a microphone. We told him to run up to the scrum and stick his mic in. And didn't you interview Kurt Warner?
Well, I didn't ask any questions, but I stuck the microphone in his face.
You did a great job with that.
No questions were asked, though.
No, all the things I snuck you into. You got to see Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Right? We took him
when he was on the Washington Wizards.
Whatever, regardless.
Yeah,
But you still got to see him.
Yep.
You went to a Yankees-Mets World Series game.
Yes.
We were on the field.
Yeah.
Right?
Very exciting. Yeah, absolutely.
We've done some pretty neat things together.
That was awesome. I
haven't done anything for you in a while. I got to get you back into something. What do you want?
I'm on the Jenna Wolf Show.
Well, I know, you're on the Jenna Wolf Show. What else besides being on the Jenna Wolf Show? Did you see Saturday Night Live? No.
Yes, you got me into a Saturday Night Live as well.
I got you Saturday Night Live.
You knew
tickets?
you did. That was just a
no, I wasn't sure if I did or not. All right, so
did you ever go to Saturday Night Live?
Okay, all right.
Oh, yes, you did. That's
right.
oh yeah,
I
was the
did
one that
it.
got you
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a Yankees game?
You
went to the World Series game.
You know, but I haven't been to a Yankees game since. I haven't been in a while. I actually haven't been since the new stadium opened, which I guess is not that new anymore.
Do you want to go? You want to go take Max? Would he appreciate it?
Yeah, that's going to be tough to sit through 9 innings. Maybe I'll go for innings 7 through 9.
Can we tell the greatest story? The Brian Cashman story? With Dad?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, this is a great story. It brings me such joy when my family gets to watch what I do for a living. Like, such joy. It's hard to understand. You know, I've done TV for 20 years, so for me it's a job. But when my parents or my family comes to see me, I feel like it makes me happy, like it justifies like all the work that I put in. So I was covering the Yankees. I knew them very well. I was always very respectful, and I asked them as a favor if I could bring my family to a game one time, and after the game, if I could bring them down to the dugout. I knew those guys very well. Yes, no problem. And Brian Cashman was always so wonderful to me, and he said, look, after you bring them down to the dugout, come upstairs. You know, you take a look at the war room. You'll see, you know, George's office. It will be something, you know, whatever. It'll be fantastic.
Was Costanza there?
George was not George Costanza. George
Steinbrenner.
George Steinbrenner.
Oh, Steinbrenner.
Yes, at the time he was still alive. Anyway, so parents come in, down on the field. You know, my brother, who grew up trading baseball cards to nobody in Haiti, he had a Honus Wagner card. Was it a real one or a fake one?
Well, if it was a real Honus Wagner
yeah, you would be sitting on the Jenna Wolf Show.
$100,000.
Okay, good point.
Okay.
I'll tell you the worst story about that.
Yeah, you should tell it in the middle of my story.
I will. I'll tell it right after.
Okay, so anyway, they come in, they see the dugout, you walked on the field, it was really exciting. Brian Cashman comes down, he says, you know, would you like to come up? He brings us up. They walk into Steinbrenner's, like, war room. Don't worry, we didn't see any secrets. We said hi to everybody. We saw the office and, you know, went upstairs to the media room, and Brian couldn't have been nicer. Then he brought us down to the lobby, and the only thing we hadn't seen was Steinbrenner's office. No one has seen Steinbrenner's office at this point. So he says, you know what? You guys have been so great, so wonderful. Do you want to come upstairs and actually see George's office? Maybe sit at his desk. He's not here right now. We'll let you do that. Anyone on the planet would jump at the chance to sit in George Steinbrenner's office and see what he sees in the most unbelievable office, in the most unbelievable stadium, in this unbelievable clubhouse in the entire world. My father, in front of my whole family, including myself, says, ooh, you know, the Deegan, it gets crazy with traffic. I really need to just jump in, otherwise we're going to be stuck in traffic, so we're going to pass. I went white. Flames were coming out of my ears. I couldn't even believe he passed on Brian Cashman's request to come upstairs and see Steinbrenner's office because what? He wanted to beat the traffic going home. The only thing worse than that story, can I tell him the U.S. Open story?
Yes.
I got my dad and my brother tickets to the greatest tennis match in the history of American tennis. Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras, it went like 20 sets. It was the most unbelievable. Remember that set in the U.S. Open? Do you remember how it was like an epic match? I somehow got my brother and my dad tickets to this game. I am watching it from my apartment in the city, and I'm kicking myself for not taking advantage of the tickets. And
This was the finals of the U.S.
finals
Open.
of the U.S. Open, and
Sampras Agassi.
couldn't be more proud of myself. I'm like, at least my family's there. Like, my dad and my brother must be so excited. They must be just sitting there talking about what
we
a
actually
wonderful.
debated scalping the tickets before the match.
You know, you're something
because they
else.
offered us a lot
of money. And I'm sitting there going, as mad as I am that I can't be there, like, my dad must be like, what an amazing daughter I have, and my brother must be like, I have the best sister ever, and they must just be sitting there talking about me. Like, I couldn't believe how lucky I was to get them tickets for this, and finally, with so much excitement, it went into yet another set. It was like a tie-breaking set. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to pick up the phone and call them and hear all the excitement. So I pick up the phone, and I'm expecting to hear just jubilation and elation and the crying tears of like excitement and joy, and I'm like, hello, thinking it's going to be so loud, and I hear, hey, how are you? And I'm like, it's so quiet. Are you in a box? Like, where are you guys? Oh, I'm talking to my brother. Dad wanted to beat the traffic home, so we left early. What the hell did you just say? The greatest match in the history of tennis, they needed to beat the traffic and leave early. To this day, I think it's the last thing I ever got my dad tickets. I'm still not over that. The Brian Cashman thing, now that was crazy. But then to follow it up with the U.S. Open, come on. You didn't think that was insanity? That my family is obsessed with beating the traffic. They've missed out on phenomenal sporting events in U.S. history.
Listen,
so as to beat the traffic.
There's a success story to beating the traffic, too.
I don't know anyone that was proud of the success story. Well, you know how the Deacon gets this time of year. You really want to, if you get stuck on the Deacon, forget it. You're there for hours.
Listen, if you make good time, there's nothing like making good time.
Did you guys have like a flight to Haiti that he was trying to catch? Or?
You know what I think it was? I was in medical school at that time, and I think I had an exam coming up.
Michael, you're making it worse. You're digging a hole. You're literally digging a hole.
I think it had something to do with that.
I mean, seriously, people, can you just write in and tell me how appalling it is?
So for my bar mitzvah, this was in 1977. I was collecting baseball cards. There were 3 Honus Wagner baseball cards that were up for auction right after my bar mitzvah. I got $4,500 with my bar mitzvah money. I wanted to buy all 3 of them at auction. It was a huge fight, the biggest fight we ever had in my family, and I was denied the opportunity. I was forced to buy Sears, Roebuck, U.S. Steel, and Eastman Kodak. To this day, the cards, Michael remembers when it was a $100,000 card. It's actually in the millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. It just had one up for sale recently.
Yeah, like crazy.
It's the most valuable card ever, the Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner.
You know why it's valuable?
Why?
Do you know why it's valuable?
Yeah, because he didn't want to be pictured on a cigar pack.
Yeah, because he didn't agree with...
anti-smoking.
They used to include tobacco in the baseball cards, right, back in the day. So he was anti-tobacco. So he wouldn't allow them to print his baseball card because they used to package it with tobacco. So they only printed a small amount of cards before he forced them to stop, printing the cards.
Yeah.
So there's very few in existence and very few that are actually in good quality.
Right.
That's why they're so valuable.
Wow. You had a lot of baseball cards.
I did.
Oh my God. I'm so stressed out over that story already. I don't even know if I can go on. Do you remember any great stories about me that you want to share with anyone? I mean, I was such a joy and a pleasure to grow up with. I was so happy and fun. I was in such a good mood all the time. I never went through a bad phase or an ugly phase.
No, you got it spot on there.
I will just tell you, you were very lucky. You never had a pimple in high school. You never had braces. You never had an issue with being bullied or a friend's issue. You were always very popular, very good looking. Like, you had a relatively easy high school, you ass. Mine was not so much. I had the braces. I had the acne. I used to brush my curly hair with a soft bristled brush. Remember how bad my hair looked? It was not good. Could have been a little bit better. I had one friend. She had no friends. High school was a little tougher for me than it was for my darling brother here.
I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Over the years, I've really turned it into an after-school special. But for the most part,
Yeah.
Mom and Dad should be proud.
Yep.
We did okay.
Yep. Yep, we did well, and
You became a doctor,
yep,
and I went on TV.
and you're on TV.
Now I've got this show.
And you're on this show, and you've done a lot of good shows. And we used to watch when I was at Cornell. We used to watch Jenna when she was doing the sports in Binghamton.
Oh yeah, Binghamton.
We
Yeah.
used to get the Binghamton stations at Cornell, so we used to see you from there.
Remember how big I blew dry my hair? I guess I thought the bigger your hair is blow dried, the more
That
prestigious
was in
you are.
Binghamton.
That was in Binghamton. I remember I flopped it over and then came on down.
Well, listen,
What?
at least you had good hair, so that's good.
That's the dumbest comment I ever heard. Well, at least you had hair. Like.
Yeah, it was. I thought
Oh,
it was good.
because you do the hair transplants. Well, if anyone needs hair transplants, or if anyone out there is losing their hair, or if anyone has any plastic surgery situation whatsoever, I'm not just telling you that. This is the guy. He's smart, much smarter than I am. All I can do is carry a show, and not even that great. But you're actually good. You took stitches out of my neck one time. Remember that? Out of my
Yes.
People are
shoulder.
asking you to like sort of tell us what Jenna was like as a kid.
She was.
You can be honest.
Always,
no one's really watching. You can be honest.
Yeah, but you're always very lively and very dramatic.
What do you mean?
She was like a drama
A
queen.
little drama queen.
I was?
Yeah.
Did she
and-
need attention when she was there?
I don't think she needed attention, but you're always, is very dramatic and lots of,
Josh Glatt, I'm obviously doing the show. Why are you calling? Why is he calling? He sees me on Facebook.
I think he's trying to report on the fact that. Actually, I don't know why Josh is calling. Josh,
Anyway.
why are you calling?
Yeah, so very,
one second.
very dramatic, and there was some mood swings, but overall,
No, you're glossing over. You're glossing over because you feel like you want to be nice, but you can be perfectly honest.
bad mood doesn't even start.
Like all the time?
If it's
or-
possible to be in
She
a
was a
bad
bitch. Bitch.
Now we're talking.
Okay, if it's possible to be 90% of the time, I'm just joking.
No, I wasn't always in a bad
I'm
mood,
just
but I was moody and I had a rough high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
It wasn't the best.
No,
for
I
me.
don't think. You were dramatic.
Do you think it was a
you were
nature
moody.
thing or a nurture thing?
I just think that sometimes it's tough for anybody when they move environments. When you're a little bit older, the younger you are, sometimes it's easier. When you're
You
older,
had it much easier than I
when
did.
you're older in high school and you move to a new school,
Yeah,
it's very hard to get acclimated and
right.
you know.
I never got acclimated.
Bad mood doesn't even start it, by the way, is going to be a tagline of the show.
I know, right?
Haley just put it into caps, and
Do you know this Haley? She's like obsessed with you. She's like down with Jenna. I was a little moody. I had some moody times. I was a little moody, but I was
Just
okay.
a little bit. But no, it's good. That's fine. So I think it was after we moved up, and you kind of, once you got, I think, after high school, you went, from college. I think things changed, right?
Yeah.
And then you got into the whole TV business. Volunteering and interning at the TV stations there.
Yeah. I did all right.
Yeah.
she was nicer then, or less moody.
Yeah, less moody. It was less moody.
I was, now that I think about it, I was moody a lot. I was in a bad mood for many years, wasn't I?
Yeah, it's, I don't know how
I
many
think I take
years.
after Nana. She was very dramatic.
She was drama. I don't know about, yeah. But you did all those plays. You were into the drama
You
anyway.
did all the plays. You were
Yeah.
very dramatic.
Life, whether real life or the
stage?
the stage.
All right.
Lots of drama. Lots
Okay.
of drama.
There was lots of drama.
Haley loves you.
Okay, thank you, Haley. You're amazing, and I appreciate you watching. Do you know Michael by some chance? Seems like you do. Anyway, that's good. I had a fun time growing up with you. I thought it was fun.
Me too.
I gave you a lot of hell, Mike. I gotta tell you, and you took it, and you still turned into a well-adjusted.
And we still talk.
We
so
still
there
talk.
We go.
Yeah. So we did
Yeah.
something right.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Excellent.
One day you'll meet my mom and dad, and you'll see how it all came together.
I actually
And
had
they're
the
coming up
privilege-
in the next half hour.
I had the privilege of meeting your mom.
The next hour and a half, we're going to be talking to this table. It's amazing. Yeah, next hour and a
Yeah,
half.
Haley says she's a first-time viewer here.
Oh, nice. Well, stay, Haley, because basically.
All
you're
right,
here.
now we're having Rashi came into the room here.
Oh, we got someone else.
Rashi
anyway,
is.
well, what do you? What's,
no. I'm sorry, Marnie. I was calling her Rashi because Rashi was a commentator on the Bible who had like all the insight.
Oh. What does Marnie say?
Marnie says, I want to say that Michael was an amazing sport. We'd have Michael videotape us lip syncing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was horrible.
Yeah, we used to, Marnie was, when I said I had one friend and she didn't have that many friends, that was basically, it was a joke. It was a line from Back to...
you didn't think she was going to...
No, I didn't think she was listening,
right?
no. Anyway, it was a line from that, the movie, Back to School. But Marnie and I would lip sync songs. Like, who does that? And then we would make Michael here videotape them on my dad's ginormous video recorder. Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we
Those camcorders, they didn't used to be iPhones. They used to be...
ginormous, big, the size of like a small table that you would put on your shoulder.
That's right.
But you were a good sport. You did whatever I told you to do.
Big VHS tapes in there, right? You took a VHS tape.
Yeah.
You used to eject a VHS tape. Remember those things?
I do remember those things, but you don't remember what came before that, which is beta tapes.
Betamax.
We had 3 movies in Haiti that we always rented. I told people on here. Do you remember what the 3 movies there that we only rented in Haiti?
Jaws.
Superman 1. And Star Wars. That was it. We only watched 3 movies.
I remember the Jaws. I remember there was a video store with Betamax tapes.
Yeah.
We used to go.
But we only were able to rent. There was like only 3 movies that they were like in English that we could rent.
And they were not necessarily kids' movies.
No, of course not.
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws. We were watching Jaws at like at age 5. Ooh, sit down, everybody. Jaws is about to start. It's going to be amazing. Sit down. You got popcorn?
Jay is asking if the tapes are still around.
Yeah, I have them downstairs. They're atrocious. Marnie, I'd have to get Marnie's permission.
That was actually
because...
Jay. Okay, Marnie was actually saying that you were very bossy.
I was very bossy. I'm still a little bit bossy. But I'll get those tapes, and Lance will find a way to convert them, and you will be appalled. And we will either have all the viewers after
Lance's
that, or none of the
name is
viewers.
now Connor?
What did I say?
You said Lance.
Yeah. What about Connor?
Connor's going to be the one figuring it out.
Oh, Connor, you'll figure out how to convert a VHS tape to a link that we can play.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that. We'll put that on.
Don't they sell something that does that on Sharper Image?
Of course. Sharper Image is the best with
Your
that
mom
stuff.
actually says The Outlaw of Josie Wales.
Is that? No. You know what it was?
That used to be my movie.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute.
Outlaw Josie Wales.
No, it was the good. It was the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the Outlaw Josie
No,
Wales.
and the one with Tony Danza and the monkeys and the apes. Remember? Going Ape.
I remember that.
Right, where he had the apes with the bad guys.
Yeah.
What movie was that? Going Ape, maybe. And then the good, the bad, and the ugly we watched a lot.
And the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger.
Oh, Tanta.
Oh, the original Lone Ranger,
original
not the Johnny
yeah,
Depp
yeah.
Lone Ranger. The light.
Black and white.
Yeah. Well, no, not that one.
Not black and white.
No. After that one.
Speed up 20 years.
Oh, I watched the black and white.
No, we watched the other one. I forget who was in it, but he didn't go on to do anything else after that. But Haiti was great, and you don't remember that much of it, but Haiti was
I
good.
haven't been back, and you went back.
I went back
I
after
think
the earthquake. You haven't been.
But I haven't
Your
been
dad
back.
says Satcom 1.
We had a satellite dish on top of our roof in Haiti.
Hey.
And, I mean, honestly, pigs had to fly, the stars had to align themselves, like, the Pope had to call in speaking Hebrew, like, all these things had to happen at the exact same time for the satellite dish to be pointing in the right direction for us to get a signal to watch anything. So, I mean, we had, like, Satcom 1, Galaxy 1. You sweating?
What?
You sweating?
No, I just wanted to make sure my shirt was...
If we were 40 minutes into the show and your shirt was unbuttoned, I would say that would have been the highlight of my day. Okay?
Well, I would hope Lance would have told me 40 minutes.
I would have told you.
And I have things in my teeth sometimes, and afterwards he goes, that was a good show. You had something in there for about 3.5 hours.
Excuse me, I told you before the show the other
know,
day.
you
It
did
wasn't
know.
after the show when I was actually like,
I know.
I was just going to be insulted, and then I was just like, you know what, we have to be close enough
No,
at this
we're
point
close
that
enough there where
I
you can
should be
tell
able
me.
to tell you about
Well, yeah,
spinach.
by the way,
Can I
Mike,
take
your
one of
shirt's
those mints?
unbuttoned. Yeah, which one do you want?
This,
They're very refreshing. What was your
This is,
favorite Seinfeld?
one of my favorite Seinfelds is, that's a good question.
You know what my favorite line is? Do you remember this
But
one?
I thought we were talking about me here.
Sorry.
You asked me what my favorite one was.
You see how it works?
Oh, we go
now?
on to the next day. I do that to Jenna all the time.
Things move fast here. You got to come up with something. This isn't radio.
What's yours?
Do you see? I knew it was coming to me. My favorite line was when he went in as Dr. Nordstrom, whatever it was, Von Nostrand, to get the mole off George's boss, and Elaine is in back of him because I forget why she's there. She needs the cutting machine back to feed the cat that's meowing in the next door neighbor's apartment. And he goes, "Yeah, what's your last name again?" And she goes, "It's Benes, you jackass." They had known each other for 50 years.
Well,
you remember that?
Now that we've raised it, at this point now your shirt is opening.
Very good.
I think if I sit up.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you sit with the correct posture, we should have Alicia back on.
I think
Yeah,
that this couch is just too comfortable.
It's very comfortable. You're going to fall asleep in a second.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
So all we know so
Wow.
far is a mom, dad, and some girl named Haley are all watching the show.
And Rashi. And there's actually, one of the interesting things that's been
And
happening
Marnie.
is that for some reason at the end of the show, more people are watching it on Periscope than
Do you have a Periscope account? We got to get you a Periscope account.
You know, I don't know too much about Periscope.
All right, well, we got to get
What
all
is,
your social media.
What is Periscope?
It's like
It's on Twitter.
It's on Twitter. It's the video live version of Twitter. But don't ruin your appetite for dinner.
It's part of Twitter. Periscope.
Yeah.
You see who had who had the sense of humor in our household? Did you even know I made a joke?
I got the joke. I heard it, but I still wanted the mint.
Yeah, clearly. They're very refreshing.
They're very good.
All right, what's your favorite line? Favorite episode? My favorite epi was the backwards one.
One of my favorite ones is when Kramer installs the
The air conditioner?
Commando 8000.
Yeah, boom. There it
He
is.
walks
It's ready
into
to
Jerry's
go.
apartment. He lifts up the window. He puts the air conditioner. He puts the window down. He goes, "That's it." Jerry goes, "That's it." He goes, "Install." No screws, no nuts, no installation, no install.
No.
And then later in the show, the air conditioner fell out the window and hit
Yeah.
a dog, I think, right?
Yep. The dog that bit Elaine in the store where they're walking out of the store. You know, he goes,
Yeah.
You sold me ladies' glasses.
Oh, that was the same
You
one.
sold me ladies' glasses. Then Kramer walks in and goes, "May I have one of those, please, madam?" That was the best.
That was a-
They're all so good.
I still watch the reruns when they're
Every
on
night.
TV.
Every night I watch. There's no episode that I'm like, oh, I don't like this one. I better not watch.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway,
It's good.
so this was it. This is the guy. You're gonna come on a lot.
Okay, great.
Will you remember some stories?
Yeah.
You came in here like tabula rasa, like blank slate. You don't remember anything.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what we were doing. I didn't
Neither
know if
did
this was
I.
a variety show, or if I was going to be
Talent
do you
show.
dance?
talent show, if I was
or
going to be
sing?
singing.
Do you?
No,
Do you dance?
Play an instrument?
I don't play an instrument. I don't dance. I don't
Paint?
sing.
But what did I dress you up as, and I made you lip sync when you were little?
Bon Jovi.
Living on a Prayer. Remember
Bon
that?
Jovi, yeah.
I have that on video too.
Bon Jovi.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bon Jovi never gets old.
never gets old. Will you come back
But
again?
this is great. I will.
Did you have
Definitely.
fun?
I had fun.
When does your Dr. Oz air?
They didn't tell the exact date.
Okay.
I think it's in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Number
so
one.
that was, that was,
Josh Glatt.
What?
Josh Glatt. Well, the reason he was calling you and he's texting me now. Josh, first of all, I'm going to talk to you. He's back on me about the Shmo Shmo thing.
Oh, but Josh, you're religious. Am I allowed to tell that story? It's about a song called Aleinu.
I'd probably pass the last
Right, but we talked
I'm
about
gonna
it
get
earlier.
And we
mints,
passed
too.
along. And we passed on it. I feel bad I didn't feed you.
I love that you guys provide mints on the show. It's really great.
Dad's gonna be like, "How was the
Our
show?"
swag bag.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
You
"Well,
know-
I had 18 mints, and
No,
I
that's-
came, I had 18 mints, and then I left."
You guys should have like 50 different types of mints on this table for all your guests. That'd be really
Lance,
cool.
why don't we
actually.
get these guys to sponsor us? Lance, look.
We should have different sponsors. Yeah, we could talk to a lot of people.
can't be
when we
gum,
get
it's
into the
gotta
whole
be
sponsorship
mints.
thing,
If
but
you had the
Yeah.
mints
there's
all
a
over.
there's a
I know,
few
it's
other issues facing me right now.
Rather
in terms
than
of the
mints,
show.
yeah.
It's
Josh, we did do the schmo. We talked about the
we
schmo.
did talk about the schmo. And,
A little bit.
Facebook comments are working, Josh. Thank you. And yeah, it's all good.
And if
Right.
you are in New York City or anywhere, great plastic surgeon. Really, he's so good. And what I hear from everyone, Mike, all kidding aside, is that you have the best bedside manner. Like, you're
Thank you.
really good with people.
Thank you. Thank you.
He also is the plastic surgeon for all the city MDs here in New York. So if anyone goes in there, they get I'm not supposed to say that.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, if you are male or female and hair transplant is your thing, not even hair transplant, but like if your hair is like light or loose, like you explained this all to me, you're the guy to go see. How do people get in touch with you? Let me give you his social security number.
Okay, first of all, there's a whole thing going on about Michael.
What? Let me hear it. Let's hear it.
So this guy Jim Steen says, "Who is this guy?" And then he asks us his own question: did a little piece of Dr. Drew break off and form this guy?
Yeah.
And Jay Payton says it's her brother, Jenna's brother. So
That's the whole thing?
that was the whole thing. But just the fact that there was Dr. Drew.
He looks,
Dr.
he
Drew.
looks a
I was
little
like, I thought that was an interesting.
You want a little Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
You know Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew Pensky, is that his name?
I don't know his last name.
Oh, I'm thinking the Pensky files.
Right, no,
Yeah,
Dr.
no,
Drew.
All he basically did was take all the papers out and refile them in that big brown accordion file. He's like, I don't even know what I did.
Cool.
All right. Wait, I want to know how to get people to get in touch. What's the website?
Well, they can just drwolfeld.com.
drwolfeld.com.
That's it. Easy. drwolfeld.com.
As opposed to common spelling of Dr. Oh yeah, drwolfeld.com.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome, Mike. Did you have so much fun?
This was great.
I'm
This was
sure
great.
that I've said
Jill
at least.
Steinberger?
I don't know Jill
Oh,
Steinberger.
because she's saying hi, Dad.
Oh, is that your daughter?
Who?
Jill Steinberger?
I don't know.
Maybe she was saying hi to your dad. I don't know.
Probably our dad.
Oh. I'm sure I said 8 things that I wasn't supposed to say, but that's how we do it here. That's how we roll. But if you promise to come back, then I will let you leave the hot seat. Literally, you're probably burning.
It is really warm here.
I know people don't believe me.
Why
when I
is
say
it 20
drugs.
degrees warmer here? Like,
Why is it so much
20
hotter up here than on the street?
Is it the,
I don't know, but it feels like summertime up here, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna cool up here.
Like on Weird Al Weekend at
Actually,
Bernie's?
Bianca Turetsky had a good line because she wrote that whole series called The Time Traveling
Yeah.
Fashionista. So on her Instagram photo of the shot of the thing, she's like, "We traveled back to summer." Like it was the time travel.
Hilarious.
I'm so funny.
You're very funny.
That's why I'm behind.
Thanks
the
for
camera.
having me.
All right. Awesome. Really appreciate it. And come back again.
Great.
Hey,
Thank
Jill.
you.
Oh, and bring the boys back sometime.
Okay, that would be
Yes.
good. I'm gonna
All
take
right.
another minute while we're talking.
I know. There's like 3 left. That's amazing. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back.